Hello, it's your boy Davidoff and welcome to Box Office News for the first time on the new channel. I did it on my main channel before. I did multiple videos, Endgame vs Avatar, Spider-Man opening weekends, Lion King opening weekends. I did prediction videos for Endgame and King of the Monsters to see how much they would make. I just predict basically how much they would make at the box office. I do like the box office. I do like paying attention to it. It doesn't really affect me, but personally it's just money towards the studios and companies, corporations, etc. But still, I like paying attention to the numbers. I like paying attention to how much each movie makes, and that's why I make these videos now, to like talk about them basically. So yeah, Endgame made a bit more, not much internationally though this time. To be fair, in the UK it's showing in like 4 cinemas right now, so that's just in the UK. But if it's showing in a few cinemas in the UK, then it's probably like even less than other countries maybe, or maybe a bit more, maybe around that much. I don't know, but the re-release was very soft. Like, it wasn't released completely worldwide. China only had it for a month, and I think if China had it for the 1 month extra, if they extended it, because China, they have a month in the cinemas, and then they have the option to extend it another month, but they never did it for Endgame. They did it for Infinity War, did it for King of the Monsters, Godzilla, never did it for Endgame. I don't know why, because Endgame made a lot of money in China, so I don't know why it didn't make that much money for, it didn't like extend an Endgame. But I think China's the main reason why it took so long. If China stayed with another month, it would have been Avatar quicker, I think, and it would have been way further ahead as well. But still, like, the re-release wasn't like that, like, it wasn't wide enough, I think, to like really like go up. But they did make #1 though, at least, and they could make 2.8 billion, which is a mad thing. So there's that. So moving on though, the main topic of the video, Spider-Man Far From Home has made $1 billion, the first Spider-Man movie to make it. I'm just glad, not because it's Far From Home, but I'm glad because Spider-Man has made it there. He's an iconic hero. He doesn't even need the MCU to be popular. He is popular, not just because of movies, but because of TV shows and comics. Spider-Man is the guy. He's the poster boy for Marvel, and I think he deserved the movie at the top, like not at the top, but like over $1 billion, and he's got there now, which is great. So I think prediction-wise, it could end, I don't know, it will be in cinemas for another month at least, I think. They run for 2 months, blockbusters, so like, I'm sure it won't reach Black Panther heights, but it might be somewhere in this region. I think it might get between Aquaman, Captain Marvel maybe, and maybe even higher, we'll see. But so far it's done well, and it will make at least another 100 million at least. I think at least it'll make another 100 million. So yeah, specifically though, it's made this much domestically, which is very good for a solo movie, and almost 700 million foreign as well. So yeah, it's mainly the foreign numbers, which makes sense to be fair, because domestic is just US and Canada, and foreign's everything else. So it completely makes sense. But yeah, that's a really good achievement there for Far From Home. Aladdin has also made $1 billion, so yeah, there we go. Specifically, it really held really well. Like, it opened like 200 million, I think, maybe less than that, but it really like, it kept making money constantly for a couple months. Like, it had one of the best holds of any movie really. Like, it constantly made good money every single week, which is kind of mad. And they got there in the end, obviously, 346 million domestically. And yeah, I never watched it, but I guess people liked it. I guess some people went back to see it as well since it made $1 billion. Like, it wasn't even close like a couple weeks ago, I think. So it's really done well to really climb up. And yeah, that's brilliant from Aladdin. The Lion King is close to $1 billion as well. It will be there by next week. This week it'll probably get there before the weekend, I think, because it's doing pretty well. 60% drop though this week, so some people said maybe 2 billion. That probably won't happen, but 1.5 is very possible. It might be the highest one this year aside from Endgame, but it won't make 2 billion, I don't think. I think 1.5 is probably more realistic, and that would put it somewhere, if that happens, it will be in the top 10, which could happen. I mean, it's going at a good rate right now, so it's very possible, but I don't know. 1.5 I think is realistic though. But yeah, it's just there. It's climbed up to 44th already, so that's kind of mad. Like, movies don't have to make $1 billion. Like, they really don't. The only ones that need to make $1 billion are Avengers movies and Star Wars episodes, because those are huge. Those are huge, with huge audiences worldwide. If those ones don't make $1 billion, then they failed. Even Avatar 2 as well, when that comes out. But like everything else on this list, they don't need to make $1 billion. I think people are too fixated on on high numbers, but I'll get to that in a second. Because of this, Tarantino's new movie, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, not out in the UK yet, which is really annoying. Until the 14th of August it's not released. But it's opened at 41 million. And some people might look at this and think like that's a low number, but it's not. Like, what's low and what's high depends on what the movie is. If it's Avengers, then yeah, that would be a failure in the first weekend, obviously. But this is not Avengers. This is much more low scaled. A great director, great cast, great movie. I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but it looks great, that's for sure. Obviously, it has all of that, but it's not like huge with like a massive, crazy fan base. It's nothing like that. So, and production budget was just 90 million as well, which is nothing. It's peanuts for a movie budget. So yeah, 40 million I think is a good weekend for this movie, and it's Tarantino's best opening as well, and he makes some damn good movies. Admittedly, I haven't seen all of them. I really haven't seen all of them. I love Pulp Fiction though. That was a damn good movie. But I'm looking forward to seeing this when it comes out in the UK. Alright, so yeah, that's going to be it for the box office news. But oh yeah, Toy Story 4 as well. I'm not sure this will make $1 billion because it's slowing down a lot quicker. It doesn't have the hold that Aladdin did. But keep an eye on that. You never know what could happen. This is your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and see ya.